welcome. How nice to be able to celebrate the holidays in person again here at Eno, right? Before we start our, that's the third one. Before we start our program today, I wanted to acknowledge someone with us today that's celebrating a birthday this week, and not just a birthday. Edna Schreindorfer is celebrating her 100th birthday. And we have with us today our first select woman, Wendy Maxudis, and she had something to present to Edna. So where is Wendy? Oh, there's Wendy. You want to come up here with me? I have a little something for you. Oh. I get to read it right now. Yeah. Do you know Wendy, our first select woman, Edna?
Okay, is it okay if I pull down my mask to speak, because I have a lot to say here. So first of all, I want to thank Kathleen and Kristen and Rachel and everyone from the, from the Senior Center, and especially Edna for your commitment to this town and being part of the Senior Center for the last 30 years. I do want to acknowledge our Deputy First Select Woman who's here with me today is Amber Abuel. She just got sworn in with me, so hopefully you'll see us around town and feel free to come up and talk to us. So I do have a long proclamation here because of Edna's incredible life that Mary Beth, her daughter, has shared, and I'm going to read it, so just stick with me on this. So it's a proclamation for Edna Schreindorfer in honor of her 100th birthday. Whereas Edna Schreindorfer is being honored today by friends and family in celebration of her 100th birthday, and whereas she was born in Holyoke, Mass. On the 8th day of December 1921, after her parents came to America through Ellis Island from Scotland, leaving behind 3 buried children, traveling with 4 more, with Edna being the firstborn in the USA as one of 10 siblings. And whereas she moved to Hartford with her family at the age of 5, and as she grew up, became an air warden with her dad during World War II, along with volunteering as a candy striper in the hospital. And whereas she has been a resident of our community for 58 years, after moving her family and mother to Simsbury in 1973, living in the same neighborhood and home since the time when she arrived. And whereas she learned to drive at the age of 42 upon moving to Simsbury, since we all know you need to have a car if you have kids to get around in the Farmington Valley. Whereas she was a parishioner of St. Mary's Church, performing many volunteer acts as a member of the Ladies Guild, where she washed and ironed altar linens. And whereas she was a stay-at-home mom for her 4 children until the loss of her husband in 1976, at which time she worked at many local businesses, including Fitzgerald's, Brigadoon Tea Room, which is before my time, and Horn's Flower Shop, followed by a long career at the Etna, retiring at the age of 70. And whereas at 70 years of age, the Senior Center was gifted with her, as it became her home away from home, where she spent long days engaged with friends, taking all variety of classes, including tap dancing, and ultimately being a steadfast volunteer. Whereas her volunteerism spread across multiple projects at the Senior Center, including working Super Tuesdays as a member of the AARP community, a founder of the Red Hatters, where she served as queen, working tirelessly with her friend Pauline Henderson as a champion for a new senior center for Simsbury, which is still on the burners, where she participated in multiple other activities and fulfilled her desire for service. And there's not usually a 2-page proclamation, so just want you to know that. Whereas she served her town in still many more ways by volunteering for years at Jack Bannon's Turkey Trot, served for many years as a chaplain for the VFW, and performed in many shows as a member of the Theater Guild of Simsbury. And whereas she has lived 100 years, deserving of recognition as a daughter, beloved mother, friend, activist, dancer, volunteer, and champion for Simsbury. And now, therefore, I, Wendy Maxudis, first selectman of the town of Simsbury, along with the full board of Simsbury Board of Selectmen, do hereby deem it an honor and a pleasure to recognize Edna Schreindorfer on the occasion of her 100th birthday with sincere congratulations and best wishes for a healthy and happy year to come. Thank you so much, Edna.
I think, Ray, we probably need to sing Happy Destiny. Okay. What a nice way to start the party, right? Okay, so now I want to introduce our Intonations choral group, along with the students from the Hart School of Music under the direction of Greg Babal. Is that okay?
So great to see everyone out again, and we are going to start our program with our signature song, which is Sing, Sing a Song, and this was originally done by the Carpenters and was seen on Sesame Street. Now, what we love to do with the Intonations is we love to sing some of the old standards, some of the songs that were made popular by different musicals. And we're going to open up with one that was done by Frank Sinatra in 1956. And it comes from a movie that I'm sure you all would recognize called Three Little Girls in Blue. Anybody recognize that? I don't think so. And this song is, I just love this song, You Make Me Feel So Young. Next up, we have another song that was made famous from the musical Sound of Music. This comes from 1959, and this was a great song of encouragement to follow one's dreams. Now, it's very interesting once you start looking into the background of some of these songs. The next song we are going to sing is called Let It Snow. Now, traditionally, this is sung around Christmas time, but for your information, this was written during a heat wave in Hollywood, California, in July of 1945. Now, they needed a break, so they wrote this song to cool off through song. And it really has nothing to do with Christmas, but it became associated with that along the way. I'm going to ask Grace to come and play a little flute. These students are really doing their service. You know, they were exempt from the final exam if they came and did this. That was my little gift to them. This is my 11:30 class that is participating, piano class. So. All right. Now, in keeping with that cold weather theme, we brought back a song from 1928. Now, this is an interesting song because it was most famously sung by Helen Kane. Now, I don't know if that name means anything to you, does it? Helen Kane? She had another name, and that other name was a cartoon character called Betty Boop. And choir's going to do the famous saying of Betty Boop. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. couldn't quite that make it. It was Boo Boo for Doo. And the name of the song that she sang was Button Up Your Overcoat. I told my students there's a little wisdom in here. Don't go out with college boys when you're on a spree. So, little advice there. Our next song is from 1939, and this was the number one song. Actually, it's one of the all-time great hits, Academy Award Best Song, and it was from The Wizard of Oz, and it is Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Somewhere
Now, this next song, it might be a little debatable, the title. It was recorded by Andy Williams in 1963. It's the most wonderful time of the year. With holiday shopping and stressing, no. But actually, this was written to celebrate some of the traditions of Christmas and recorded in 1963. Now, you can't come to this season and forget about Hanukkah. Now, this Hanukkah song comes from 1912, and again, it celebrates some of the things of Hanukkah. For example, it's a children's song, so you have they're dancing around the Horah, they're eating latkes, they're lighting candles, etc. So this is Oh Hanukkah, Oh Hanukkah. Now, the next song we're going to sing is another Christmas song, and it was written in, let's see, do I have a date? 1929. And this is very unusual because this song came from the musical Mame with Angela Lansbury. I don't know if you remember that name. And the thing about it was there was, it's the story of the great stock market crash in 1929, I believe it was. And they were, they just had Thanksgiving and everybody was depressed. And so hence came the song, "We Need a Little Christmas Now." So they were referring to all the things that would make them feel better, those things about the holiday and Christmas. And it was actually that trend continued until now, even before Thanksgiving. That's why you see the holiday trees and all those at Walmart, and everything is out months in advance early because we need a little Christmas now. I guess that's what happened. Our next song has become a solid favorite in Christmas carols and things like that, from 1847. This was based on a French poem originally, and it's called "O Holy Night." Our last, sadly, tune for today is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And this actually came from 1943, was originally sung by Judy Garland, and you would never expect it. It came from the musical called Meet Me in St. Louis. You'd never expect. It was also recorded by Frank Sinatra. And our soloist is not Judy Garland. It's my student, Abby White. I'll tell you the truth, I get a little emotional at these times just because for me, this whole thing is such a gift for the season. And a long time ago, I wrote a song called Friends for the Journey. And I'm so thankful for the friends, the colleagues, people like you, people like my students that have blessed my life like this. And we definitely want to wish you a happy Christmas at this time, blessed Christmas. And we ask you to join in some sing-along right now to tunes you probably know.
I want to thank the Intonations and the students from the Hart School for performing for us today. What a great job. Thank you. They always sound great. I just want to recognize one more person. You'll see that our Intonations are wearing a special mask. And one of our Intonations, where's Linda? Linda, will you stand up for a minute? Linda sewed all these masks for our Intonations. So I want to thank her for doing that. That was a lot of work. Thank you, Linda. And thank you to everyone for being here. I wish you all a very happy and healthy holiday season. So at this point, if you exit through the center door, we will have your to-go meal for you in a bag, and you can take it with you, okay? Thank you all again for coming. We appreciate it.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.